honestly, everybody here should be really excited that you took the time out of your day to come hear about something that's different. So give yourself a hand. All right, everybody raise your hand if you want to become successful. Raise your hand if you know how you're going to do it. If you're in Vima, keep your hand up. All right, well, if you don't know how you're going to become successful, you're probably in the right place. Little bit about myself, Taylor Falwell, 22, born and raised in San Diego, went to San Diego State. And I was kind of doing what everybody else was doing. You know, I was in a fraternity, kind of doing some things I shouldn't be doing, you know, drinking, smoking every day. Wanted to become successful, had no idea how I was going to do it. You know, I was doing the same things every day, getting the same results. And I was like, wow, okay, I need to do something different. So, you know, I was introduced to this. You know, a lot of you guys probably know Patrick Comer. Him and Anthony Cometa are some of my best friends from high school. He introduced this to me like 15 and a half months ago, back when nobody was making money at all. He came to me, he's like, you know, Verve, orange cans, BMW is a lot of money. I was like, Patrick, what are you talking about? He's like, you know, don't take my advice, come meet my friend Brad. And I was like, you know, blew it off, kind of scam scheme, too good to be true. You know, not everybody makes money in those things. But I was like, okay, well, this guy Brad's 25 making 10 grand a week. Damn. You know, I'm broke. I should probably at least go listen to what he has to say. And he broke it down, you know, it was really simple. I'm not the smartest kid in the world, got average grades in high school, average grades in college. But he broke it down so it was simple. You know, he was like, so this, you know, he let me try Verve. He's like, do you like it? And I was like, yeah, I like it. He's like, okay, well, you know, would you buy this in a 7-Eleven over a Red Bull? I was like, yeah, of course. It tastes good. It's the same price. And it's way better for you. Why would I not buy it? And he's like, all right, cool. Well, just by becoming a consumer of these products, you get the business side for free. So you and all your friends go spend money on Red Bull, Monsters, Rockstars, 5 Hour Energy, Gatorade, Powerade, soda, and tea. Right? And Starbucks for you girls, you know. And he's like, see, the thing about these companies, so, you know, when you go to 7-Eleven, you buy a Red Bull for $3. That $3 goes to corporate circulation, where Red Bull spends money on more corporations to go advertise. Pays pro athletes, you know, pays for a bunch of, you know, magazine ads, TV commercials. They pay that guy $14 million to jump out of space, so you and I go buy more Red Bull. And that you know, that whole thing continues. And he's like, instead of doing that, Vima has a really different approach. They take half of their annual revenue and they pay it back to the consumers, which is really strong. Because, you know, social network marketing is huge. It's just now starting with this company. Because raise your hand if you have a pair of Vans or a pair of Nikes. Perfect. All of you guys market those companies. So like Anthony got a new pair of Nikes the other day. If I go up to him like, dude, those Nikes are sick. Like, where'd you get them? He's like, dude, the Nike store at Fashion Valley or wherever. I go there, I buy Nikes, you know, some basketball shorts, some other things. They're never going to call Anthony and be like, hey, you know, thanks for sending Taylor in. He bought a bunch of stuff. You know, here's your check for commission. Right? But you laugh, but they should send him that check because he's the sole reason why I went and bought it. Same with all these other companies. We do it all the time. You and I built MySpace. We all built Facebook. Who got paid for it? And that's what you have to ask yourself. We build networks for people all the time. Instagram, Twitter, Vine, whatever it is. We're building these for other people. So what you're doing with this is you're taking this healthier alternative and you're building a network of consumers. People simply saying, hey, I'm not going to spend money on any of these products anymore. I'm going to buy this product instead. I'm going to go tell some people about it. And like you were saying before, you never know who you're going to find. I introduced this to about 18 people. From those 18, 7 are still involved. And from those 7, I have a little over 10,000 people in my network. In 15 months. You know, a couple of these guys are talking about, you know, surrounding yourself with people, you know, that tell you you can't do things. Or that are average, doing average things. I surrounded myself with those people. I didn't want to do that anymore. So I surrounded myself with people that weren't going to tell me that my dreams were dumb. You know, they were going to uplift me instead of being like, oh, dude, scam, scheme, you're never going to make money in that. I'm really glad I didn't listen to those people because they're still doing the same things. Right? You know, raise your hand if you have a dream. Awesome. Go after it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't get there. Seriously. And don't let the past dictate your future. Coming from somebody who, you know, Comm 103 in college. I failed that class. And now I make $50,000 a year publicly speaking. Right? So the past doesn't matter at all. It's where you're going. Right? From there, I mean, Brad's been a huge part of, what I've done because, like I said in the beginning, nobody was making money. I didn't take this thing seriously for like 9 months. I kind of sat back, wasn't in the driver's seat. I was kind of in the back seat, just watching everything happen. I saw Patrick Comer, Anthony Cometa. I saw Bryce Madick, the kid that I enrolled. He makes $7,000 a week now as a 21-year-old.
Damn.
And I had to ask myself, I was like, okay, what's the difference between me and them? Because they seem pretty normal, but they're getting way different results than I am. The difference was they read more books, they listened to more audio, they watched more videos, and they took more action. And see, action is the most important thing. That's the key to everything. Don't just sit at home and read a bunch of books. Go out there and talk about it. Share the knowledge you have with other people. Jim Rohn and Bob Proctor, they talk about bringing value to the marketplace. If you have all this knowledge in your head and no one knows you have that knowledge, you're probably not going to get compensated for it. But the more knowledge you share with people and the more you can inspire people to do something bigger and better with their lives, the more you're going to get paid. Which is crazy because, before they were talking about, getting a job, I worked as a valet before. I saw the performance base. I was like, all right, I'm all about that. Because I worked my ass off, excuse my language, I worked my ass off as a valet. I remember getting a $100 tip one time, and I had to throw it into a box that was shared between all the valets. So all the kids doing nothing at work, not trying, they got the same amount I got. I didn't want to do that anymore. Everyone says, be positive, glass half full, half empty. I got fired from that job, which was a blessing in disguise. Because I knew if I did that forever, I would drive other people's nice cars forever. Right? And there's really, two options in this. Either you're going to board the train, or you're going to sit at the station and watch it leave with all your friends. It's what you want to do. Because you don't have to be super smart or, born with a bunch of talent to be able to do this. You just need to learn the system we have. It's apparent by all these success stories, the system's working. You just have to do it. And everyone here raised their hands and said they had dreams. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you don't go make that happen, if you don't go after your dreams, no one's going to make it happen for you. And all those dreams are just going to be wishes in your head forever. Right? So go make it happen. Write out your dreams, your goals, what you want to go do. And take little baby steps towards those. Because they're not just going to happen overnight. Yeah, it's going to take some hard work. But is it worth it? Yeah. I don't clock in or out for anyone. I travel all around. Just got back from Washington for 3 weeks. I'm here for a little while, and then it's Arizona, Vegas, and then I fly to Hawaii in October, which is cool. It gives me that freedom. One of the things I've always wanted to do since I was 12 years old was buy my mom a new car. That's been like one of the only goals I've held on to since I was that young. This year in January for her birthday, I'll be able to make that happen because of this company. And see, it's those little things. People from the outside looking in, and they're like, oh, those Vima people, they're greedy. All they care about is money. That's all they care about. No, we don't care about money. That's a byproduct. That's a byproduct of the company's motto, people helping people. You help enough people get what they want, you can have what you want. It's that simple. It's way more important to me to help people. Being from Southern California, I'm extremely blessed. You go to other places, when I was just in Washington, it makes me, really realize how fortunate I am to be from here. They don't have sun a lot of the time. I feel like we take that for granted. Just, the weather we have, right? Yeah, I hated it there. It was like rainy and what's lightning? You know what I mean? It's like, I never see that down here. And so, it's cool to bring light to places that don't have a lot of it. Because a lot of those people, they just work the jobs. They think that there's, that's why people aren't motivated. Because they're like, oh, I'm just going to do what my parents did. I'm probably going to get the same result as they had. And that's why this thing's so powerful. That's why this is a revolution. Because we're changing the way we think, and we're changing the way a lot of young people go make money. And that's why it's catching traction and getting bigger and bigger. And, it was a bummer that it took me so long to figure it out. But that's great news for you guys. Because you didn't have to start when nobody was making money, when we had no idea what to talk about. Because in the beginning, I literally sold Bryce 2 cases of Verve. I sold him 2 cases of Verve. We didn't talk about the opportunity. We didn't talk about anything. It was totally that. And so now we have a system that's in place. And you have uplines, like people that brought you here, they're not trying to sell you anything. Realistically, they're not trying to sell you anything. Because they're going to make this happen with or without you. I realized this was happening with or without me. Right? I was like, oh my God, this kid Bryce, what, $500,000 a year now? It's like, anyone can do this. Network marketing is awesome. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your education, doesn't matter your past, doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter. The only thing matters is your future and where you believe you can go. Because everyone has different dreams. And see, the thing about this compared to corporate America is corporate America, they tell you to clock in and clock out, and you schedule your life around when they want you to come in. See, this fits into your life. You can do whatever you want. And you can do Vima too. You don't have to pick and choose. I'm not saying go quit your job, but, make this a priority. You'll cut some things out of your life that really don't matter. If it's temporary, it's not taking you anywhere, it's not making you successful or money, stop doing it. Ooh. I'm just being realistic here. If you want to make it happen, go make it happen. There's a lot of people that talk about it. I talked about it for a long time. But your uplines don't care about you talking about, oh, dude, I'm going to hit exec this month. I'm going to frenzy this week. Go do it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Right? In the beginning for me, it was all about the money. I'm sure, in the beginning, it's, about the money for a lot of people. But, once the money starts coming in, see, before when I didn't make money, all I thought about was how I was going to make money. And it clutters your brain because you have no idea where the money's going to come from. So once that kind of goes out of the way, we talk about this compounding residual income. Once you know where the money's coming from, it literally opens your brain up to think about so many more things you can go do. So many people you can go help. Because the money's cool, but like I said before, it's a byproduct. Because like the Louis Vuitton, the nice watches, the cars, guess what? A car's cool for like 2 weeks. It's cool for like 2 weeks, and then you're like, all right, well, this is my car now. I'm serious though. It's like the motivation is only there for a little while. But if you can have people that text you and tell you that you helped change their life, that this is the happiest they've ever been in their life because of you, that's way more powerful than any amount on a paycheck. And that's what you guys have to take from this. So that's my story. I think Chris is going to come back up and kind of close it up, but thank you guys for having me.
One more time for Taylor. That was awesome.